Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about how this simple part can make your turbos work a lot better on your BMW. So what this is a blow-off valve adapter kit. It snaps onto your throttle body and would give you a lot more flow to feed your aftermarket diverter valves, or even your factory diverter valves if you wanted to set that up, or to feed a single blow-off valve or give you a vacuum line reference for a boost gauge, etc. The reason I'm upgrading is there's a lot more flow potential. Rather than going through a Y adapter and feeding off a tiny nipple on the intake manifold, we're going to be taking lines from here to feed my aftermarket diverter valves. I can also give you guys a quick update on how those are holding up. But this is a complete kit. I'll put a link in the description. It comes with the E-clip, the adapter itself, some nylon line, some bung screws to close off one port if you need to, a little cap for your intake manifold, and a couple quick release fittings for the nylon line, and then an airline adapter. I'll be taking this a little further and I'll explain in the video. And I have some additional line. I'll be removing my cone filters. So these are my aftermarket blow-off valves. I have a Y adapter going to feed each valve. I'm going to remove this vacuum line going to the intake manifold. I had to have a zip tie around this to even hold on there properly. Otherwise they're popping off. So if you have aftermarket diverter valves, or you have a single blow-off valve, like a tile blow-off valve, you can just use a vacuum line if you want to, or you can follow what I'm going to show you in this video to make a more secure connection. These diverter valves have been working great. I have no complaints. They're holding up fine, but I feel like I should be providing them with more flow to work effectively, because I'm running like 24 to 25 PSI on upgraded turbos, and you need to be able to provide a proper reference to each diverter valve for them to work perfectly. And I feel like by providing dedicated nylon lines to these, I'll get a better reference, better flow, and a better balance. So I'm going to unscrew these caps. Just leave the spring in there. Okay, so this is the line that feeds to the throttle body, the vacuum line. You want to disconnect that. Just to give you guys an idea, I put some silicone lubricant down here. That'll just live there and your line will connect to the back of it. But first we got to put the fittings on. I'm using the supplied vacuum cap for the intake manifold here. I'm going to install that before I forget. Now we'll go over to the table and I'll show you how to set up that piece. As you can see, the supply line is tiny, going from the intake manifold and splitting off into this Y. For comparison's sake, we're going from that to feed 2 tubes to 2 individual ports. If you haven't seen the video, I installed these under $30 diverter valves that are working perfectly fine. I'm very happy with them. And they naturally come with a pretty big vacuum fitting. So even if you just want to stick with tubing, you could do so and just get way more flow going to your valves, or even to your factory diverter valve. But I'd probably only recommend this upgrade if you're running either an aftermarket blow-off valve or diverter valves. To give you an idea, you could just do this. Take your airline fitting, screw it in, either Y it off or run individual airline fittings to your diverter valves or blow-off valve. Depending on how you want to do it, you just cap off one of the ports, or you could use the supplied quick disconnect for a nylon line. So I'm doing it a little different. I'm going to take these out here. By the way, I'll put a link in the description for these valves and for the extra hardware I'm going to be using in this video. So I got 1/8 inch NPT quick disconnect fittings to 1/4 inch line that would screw in here. And you use an Allen key on the other side to drive them in. They already have the tape on there for a better seal. This is a 4mm Allen. Now it's a quick disconnect. This is a hard nylon line. You'll just push in. And it's securely mounted. And you can just push here. When you want to remove it, just push in. I believe I'm going to want the straight fittings for this adapter. These are MPT National Pipe Thread. The threads just get a little bit bigger as you go. I was thinking of doing angled fittings here, but I don't believe it's going to be required. But we'll see how it looks. I may end up switching to angled because I did get 90-degree angles as well. And then that would make it like this. Let's go back to the car. I put some silicone spray on this fitting because it has rubber O-rings inside, 2 of them. So there's the E-clip installed. It just snaps on like that. I'm bringing over my adapted caps. If anybody's wondering, I run these at full tightness. Using one of the supplied lines. It's a little long. As you can see, it just sticks in nice and easy. I bought extra line. They're very secure when you use nylon lines. They can't collapse under vacuum. They won't just pop off. Alright guys, that'll conclude this video showing you how to install a blow-off valve adapter on your N54 powered BMW. It's made by BMS or Burger Motorsports. I'll put a link in the description if you guys are interested. Thanks for watching.